Right then, back again. Sorry about that. Phone problems, like I said. It only records a certain amount, so I've had to give it time to upload before I can record the next reading. I'm going to get that looked at with the next phone. So then, where were we up to? When it comes to lower vibrational energies, we neutralize out their toxic behaviors. And the way we do that, there are several ways we can do that. One of them is through neutralizing electric blue energy. Now, I'm going to be explaining this into Synergize anyway, what it involves. But basically, you are neutralizing out any toxic negativity that a person may have in order, and then replenish that energy with healing or loving light energy in a person. And it's easier done. Obviously, I've been practicing that for quite a while now, neutralizing out dark energy. And the same goes for when toxic individuals, their behaviors, they may not even realize their behaviors are toxic. That's where we neutralize out any demonic entities, because what you have is in lower vibrational energies, when a person's energy lowers, it can create an energy attachment. Therefore, you neutralize out the energy attachment. Like I said, how do you heal narcissists? You neutralize out the demonic entity that's attached to them. And you can neutralize that with, like I say, electric blue healing, which is what I do. And then you energy upgrade it with a more healing energy, and then aid the person through their healing process, such as things, unhealed wounds from childhood. So I was rereading that one. Past life memories. So past life memories at this time are important. As I said in the last upload, was about past life memories. Now, with past life memories, we can remember snippets of our past lives, or in my case, meditate and go through a big section of your past lives in order to bring it forward for the betterment of humanity in today. And bringing forward, repeat. What I'm good at spotting is repetitions in patterns and behaviors and things like that. And that includes right across humanity, and how humanity always makes the same errors when it comes to not elevating, de-evolving, if you like. But we know the system keeps everyone dumbed down. Why I come in and help people. France, at this time, someone connected to France, or France, the country itself. Defend your inner child at this time. Inner child wounds still need healing from past lives. So do some healing. Now, as I was sorting the cards out, one card fell out, and I thought, right, I'm adding this into my reading before I continue this section. And it's called Crown Games, the right use of power. Now, power can be used in two ways. It can be used for the power of good, or people can abuse power. Me personally, I take my power and what I have and who I am, and I use it for the power of good. So at this time, we are using our right use of power. There are some that abuse their power. Try not to be that person. That's what my guides are saying. So, remember your divine. Remember, even though I'm Irish royal blood, I'm also of divine being. I'm a divine being. I have, you know, divine royalty, as many of us do. Many mediums out there are protected, and angelic realm protected as much as I am. We have a divinity within us that's given to us by the universe and God, whichever you wish to believe. It's a higher power, using that power and taking that power for the sake of good of humanity and power, and humanity and planet. Sorry, I'm tired now, so I've been doing a lot of healing work in the night while I was waiting for the video to upload as well. The right use of power at this time is important. So remember to use your power, your divinity, your divine presence in the correct way. Don't abuse your power. Some people out there abuse their power in the sense of breaking into Akashic records and delving into someone's private life without permission. That's invasion of privacy. You know, and that's not right. I've never done that to anyone using my mediumship or healing capacities. You know, I've done it, you know, if someone's come to me and ask, or, you know, I'll get a message across and I won't know who it's for. I'll voice it forward, but I won't purposely go, oh, what's the tea on that person? That's just gossiping, and that's lower vibrational energy anyway. So don't abuse your power as a medium and healer, but use it in the right way and you can create much good. Exactly. No, don't abuse your power. All warriors together at this time, you need to take note of your dreams, as you will be getting many upgrades at this time. There are many upgrades coming for humanity at this time. Take note of your dreams, but do remember sometimes the demonic realm can attack you in your dreams. I went through a stage where I was healing from my bowel cancer, where I was exorcising demons in my sleep and being attacked by them at the same time. Take note of your dreams, write them down. You know, we do a lot of spiritual work in our sleep as well as in our waking life. Take note of your dreams at this time, for they are of importance. To say, I won't do this one as long as the last one because I'm actually quite tired now, and it's never a good idea to do your mediumship when you're tired. Oh, one message for one wonderful medium out there who's working alongside me, voicing this paedophile and trafficking ring, but in America. He was saying about the third eye blockage. Now, they also did that to me in the crown chakra, like I said. Go to rose oil. You can create your own holy water or your own spiritual water to cleanse it down. Dab it on your third eye, your crown chakra. But also rose oil is very good for cleansing out anyone, you know, using dark energy if you're under psychic attack. I can make my own rose oil as well, but these I use in exorcisms and stuff like that. But the important thing is, if they are trying to block your third eye and stop your mediumship, it means you're really onto something, all right? And they've done it to me too. So keep voicing it. If you're seeing the, I even had to voice a paedophile ring in America too, and I found some of the ley lines I tapped into in America. I found some of the whereabouts of the paedophiles, if you ever think about it. So if you're voicing the truth of some paedophiles and traffickers out there, like I have, your third eye will be attacked. You'll be under psychic attack. Go to your rose oils and go to make your own holy water using spring water or, you know, things like that. Cleansing out mirrors. The idea is you cleanse out your mirrors with spring water under a natural spring. If you don't have that, use bottled spring water, because they will use mirror magic as well, which is what happened to my husband and I. He stood in front of a mirror and he said the most god-awful things, which wasn't him. And that's when I realised we were under psychic attack by dark magic casters wanting to cause a split between us. And even cleansing out your mirrors in your home, that's important, you know, and dark magic was cast on us as well. So I know a friend who took out all the mirrors in her property and covered them up because she was under attack as well. Mirror magic is, you know, used frequently as well to monitor someone. So don't forget to cleanse out your mirrors. Like I say, do either sage, smudge with sage, or running water as well, spring water. It's supposed to be in a natural spring to cleanse out your mirrors. You haven't got a running spring nearby, or, you know, like in England, your spring waters are filled with sewage, which is what's going on in the UK. The best thing to do is buy some bottled water and just gently pour it over it. Or You can use salt and oil mix as well. There are many different ways you can cleanse out dark energies. Even mixing salt and oil and your rose oils and then just dabbing it on your third eye. Cleanse it out. Cleanse, clear, release. It's because you're voicing some of the paedophile and trafficking ring. That is why I got attacked as well for voicing it. But, you know, I got the backup that I needed when it mattered most on these subjects eventually, you know. So at this time, planetary guidance will be coming down through your own spirit guides. So take note, like I say, with your dreams, with your premonitions, things like that. Keep writing them down. Have fun with it. We're all privileged in a way of our mediumship and gifts and abilities in healing. Have fun with it. I wouldn't be me without it. I've never known any different. I've always been a medium. I've always been a healer ever since I can remember. You know, some people have tried to suppress it. Some people didn't want me to do it, be a medium and healer. And you know what? I went, no, I'm not me without it. That is something I'm not willing to compromise about me, being a medium and healer. I love it. I love every second, every minute of my job, even on the hard days. Even on the days when we're under attack by these dark energy cults or covens or, you know, these secret societies that don't bring good humanity. When we're under attack by them some days, I think, do you know what? That proves we're onto something really good when they want to attack us. Sage yourself. Swish the sage over your head like your sage and just swish it over. You know, there are so many ways, Palo Santo. There are so many ways you can cleanse it out. But you've got light energy protection. And yes, so don't worry, all right? And where I see other healers struggling or other mediums struggling, and I know they've got important roles for humanity, just like myself, I send out the angelic realm to protect them, okay? So if I see you under attack, I'll step in and say, can you send some spirit guides? Like I did this morning for one person who mentioned that they were under attack. And so I said, okay, and I could agree to what she was saying at the beginning. And I was like, yeah, I've seen this before. They did it to me a few years ago for voicing the truth. And I thought, right, send in the angelic realm. So I did send her out some extra angelic protection where I could. Which is what I've been doing for most people anyway, so don't worry about that. You just got to stay on top of it like we all do. At this time, the importance is to protect humanity as a whole, okay? That's important at this time. It's the, with us, with healers and with mediums, it's our duty, or, you know, that's been passed down to us to protect the unawakened in humanity as well, you know, because they're untrained, unaware or something like that, that these attacks are happening, things may happen to them, they may not know why. So part of our duties are here to protect humanity as well, protecting your energy. It's all about protection, actually, the second part of the reading. For those that are struggling right now and under attack, protect your energy. That's that song. There's a song called Protect Your Energy. Why do you keep wasting your energy? Never let them blow out the energy because they're focused on jealousy. Protect your energy. And that's one of my favourites. I can't think of the name of it now, but it's all about protecting your energy when you're under psychic attack. In West America, there are unaware teachers that the lengths these individuals go to target us. So helping teachers in spirituality, let's say, or teachers in the educational system become a little bit more aware. So in West America, you've got some unaware teachers of what's going on around the planet at this time. So 8 people become aware. That's what I do. If they choose to ignore it, well, on their own head be it, isn't it? It's not as if you haven't given the advancement and the warning out. But just stay consciously aware. Yeah, corruption ring. We are protected from the corruption ring, and we do have ancestor guidance, okay? So don't worry there. The corruption ring will fall. I keep getting that. I've been getting that over and over and over and over and over for the last 4 years. The corruption ring will fall. So don't worry about that too much, okay? Just keep focusing on your angelic realm guides, your spirit guides. Call them out, you know, call out any corruption that you see, which is what we all do where we can. And make sure you're protecting your energy too at this time. And you know when you're onto something good when they target you. We've got spiritual abundance, which we bring into the business, which creates financial abundance, because until this planet changes and prioritizes humanity over money and greed, we're not, you know, we're going to struggle for the changes. But we do have the spiritual abundance, and obviously we also need to earn a living. I've never acted out of greed, never have. I've always given my last to anyone that needed it. I'm not doing that anymore. That's maybe where some of my behaviors became toxic. I was, you know, in the past, yes, 20 years ago, I was a people pleaser. Not anymore, you know, because I gave too much. And like my son said, where did being kind get me? Hurt. And my own son pointed it out, and I went, do you know what, boy, you're right. So I pull back on my energy a bit more nowadays, and, you know, I don't let people walk all over me. Reserving my energy a little bit as well. So obviously we've got planetary energetic shifts happening across the planet, as we all know at the moment. And it's sunny at the moment outside. The storm's subsided, but it's still a bit cloudy. So, you know, worst of the storm, solar storm, and the solar winds have stopped in England at the moment. Humanity wounds is why we're all here, to help heal humanity's wounds. It's not just planetary energetic shifts and humanity's wounds that needs looking at to heal from a greater level. Like I said, people that are lower vibrational, and they talk about this 3D, 5D shift. Well, rather than leaving those that are less aware in the past, how about holding space for them to heal? How about helping them elevate so no one's left behind? I don't believe in leaving people behind either. So planetary energetic shifts at this time, obviously from solar, from shifts around the planet, from humanity's destruction of the planet. We know the gas giants and the electric giants. I spent fair bit of time on the phone to them yesterday about the prices, because I know I sent out a repost about a joke about that, but the reality is, yes, the electric companies and the gas giants are extortionately overpricing electric and gas. And I actually said to them, look, that's the cost of the electric, you know, and there's only 2 people in the house, let's say, and they're charging us for the equivalent of running a factory. And I went, no, this isn't right. Can we have an investigation into this, please? You know, because it was like we were running 3 people's houses, the cost of it. But that's the reality everyone's facing right now. Ancient life forms. More are being discovered around the planet. These little sea creatures, they're finding more and more around the planet every day. There are ancient life forms walking on the planet as dressed as humans. We know that. Part of my DNA is non-human, you know, but I use my alien DNA for the power of good. I'm not here to harm people. Never have been. Not that type of woman. So, ancient life forms at this time. Keep an eye out for them. The handbags is it. it's something they said that, you know, in America, military personnel aren't letting humans talking about UFOs and stuff like that, so they're calling them handbags and stuff like that. It's silly. But that made me jump, fly. All healers together heal the planet. That's why we're all here, to heal all the planet together. It's time. The battle between Finland and Russia. What on earth is going on there? What is really going on there? Remember, Finland's got one of the best educational systems in Europe. Russia, obviously, every country targets another instead of targeting each other. How about healing? So what is going on between Finland and Russia? Could someone please explain that one a bit better at this time? Cards come out for a reason, okay? Why is Russia targeting Finland? I noticed that article, that's why I mentioned it the other day. It's like, what? Can't threaten, you know, England's parents by saying, look, you're going to send your kids out to war regardless. I'm not. Don't agree with war. Uniting nations, what it should be about. Creating peace, standing down war. War is never good for anybody. The cost of war falls back on humanity. Remember that. What is the true cost of war? Other than death and destruction, and it then adds to humanity's life lessons. Think in terms of how much karma for humanity war creates. Negative karma. Think of karma as debts and credits. How much does war create in terms of spiritual debt? Which is what's going on at the moment. Think about it. You have to look at things from all different angles to be able to see the solutions. If you don't understand it, put it aside, and eventually the solution will come to you. Sorry, I'm very tired now. I won't do too much more reading now because it's, you know, not wise to do readings while you're tired. Yes, debts and credits. So wars creates humanity's debts, makes the people suffer, puts the cost of living up. Then it costs the planet. Missile firing and, you know, weather systems. When you blow up, you know, buildings, like I said before, all that dust travels across the planet. It's just recycled around the planet, and we breathe it all in, which is not good then for medical health care, which then brings up medical health care in the NHS, say in England, you know, which, you know, the NHS is struggling big time. So what does war cost in terms of spiritual debt? Humanity's debt. Because even humanity as a whole has debts and credits. Think about that. So United Nations also involvement we need at this time on these attacks and wars. And I do agree with our UN leader that greed has got to stop. It's something that I've been seeing too, that greed is ruining the planet. It's ruining humanity. And we know the electric and gas giants, yes, are some of the causes of it. The main causes of the cost of living increases, majorly in England currently. But it has to stop somewhere. People can't keep suffering. Humanity is heading for a spiritual awakening like never before at this time. Healers, you can aid that. by elevating as many as you can. Which is what I do. Keep the ley lines and the channels nice and clear. Cleanse it out where you can. That's what we're all here to do. Right, anything else with these cards? I'm going to go to the other card in a minute. The universe guides at all times. Remember that. We are all guided by the universe. The universe will bring us to the right places. It's up to humanity to whether it listens, whether it's going to continue to destroying the planet. And we had news this morning that government are planning on building more nuclear power plants. Not learning, are they? Not learning. That's why they knocked down the power plant, see, in Telford, the nuclear power plant there, because it wasn't good for the environment. The universe guides and protects us at all times, as long as you remember that. Do a few more cards, and I'm going to get some rest, and then I'll finish this reading afterwards. Scotland at this time is of importance. Why is Scotland of importance at this time? Higher land, also prone to tougher weathers. Be aware of dangers in Scotland at this time. That was going to flip. Be joyful in your work. Yes, they also stole my Lord and Ladyship title. That was something my guides just pointed out. They also stole that. My husband and my Lord and Ladyship title. Pisces. Pisces are the divine elevators as well. I was watching another reading while I was waiting for my reading to upload on my past life to the medieval era and confirmation, and being a part of the ancient prophecy. Divine masculines, you need to focus on healing in the 3D at this time. Divine feminines, we can focus on healing the spiritual stuff, healing the elevating the planet and humanity, but the divine masculine within needs to focus on the 3D stuff at the moment. Taking action. Healing old wounds. A lot of divine masculines are not choosing to heal their wounds. Running away from them. You need to stop doing that. Balance the heart and the mind, because it's super important. The feminines can catch the shortfall in the ley line healing, for instance, in the healers, and masculines, because you get male healers too, obviously, but the divine masculines at this time need to focus on their own personal wounds by balancing out heart and the mind. See, once you've done your inner wound healing, it does balance the heart and the mind out. You reach a more peaceful, elevated state. Continent shifts are still happening in East America. Okay, I did say that, didn't I? There's some big continent shifts happening across the planet, and that's what we've got to be aware of at this time. Guided ascension for many of us healers know with the angelic realm is guiding us through an ascension process for humanity and planet. And it is a guided ascension of people and planet at this time. Trust your guides. This is for the healers in Wales. Okay. Remember, we've got many healers in Wales as well. And I was obviously, when I lived there, I met quite a few of the healers in Wales, and we worked together quite well. Your healers in Wales, focus on love a bit more at this time. It's an important one. Healers do need to focus on here. They do so much healing in a day, us healers, that sometimes you do forget to focus on love yourselves. And love yourself. Volcano's still going to shift. I'm feeling queasy again. Right, planetary wounds at this time need healing. Okay, the volcanoes will calm down and the planetary wounds will heal. Things will get worse before they can get better, is what my guides say. Sorry, queasy. Planetary wounds will heal. Right. We have a Libra Scorpio here. A Libra Scorpio energy. You need to be more of the voice of truth, okay? Come forward more. It's important. As you heal more within, you will find your work takes off a bit more as well, okay? All we can be is the voice of truth. That's all we can be in this life. So you might need to remember to be the voice of truth yourself at this time. It's a Libra Scorpio cusper that needs to focus on this in particular, okay? Be the voice of truth. The more you heal those inner wounds from your own life, you will elevate more. And you'll find you will be the voice of truth even more too, like the rest of us. Okay? You're part of the design too. They all work together. Don't need to compete. I'm no one's competition. Heal the planet. There are healers in Japan who are the custodians of many too. Remember that. We all work together as healers globally, no matter what capacity you do, what capacity you're at, no matter what faith, no matter what culture you believe in, we are all the healers and custodians of men. And that's important at this time. Custodians are here to help heal the planet and humanity. And there are some in Japan right now that may be being overlooked. Make sure all, okay, thank you guys. Make sure all humanitarians and planetarians are treated equally. Make sure none are left out. Pull one more card on this. 34. Breaks up to a 7. Like I say, I'm very tired now, so I'm going to stop doing this reading for the moment. But we are protected from harm at this time. Many are, okay? As is with most of the planet, and especially in England at the moment, many need to focus on their finances because of, you know, social injustice and a lot going on, like we said, with the gas and electric giants who are sending the cost of living barreling ever high. Prices of housing ever increasing at this time in England. It's 66% higher, I was reading the other day. to, you know, rent or buy a property at this time than it was, let's say, before the pandemic. So eventually things will balance out and the cost of living will come back down again. Well, while these wars are going on, cost of living is ever higher. Government involvement on that one. Okay, like I said, not all government. I've literally spoken to members of parliament who are very much in agreement with what's been discussed already, and yet we know there are those in government that are very corrupt. Remember, the system really wasn't designed for disability, as we all realised, and I wrote in to say. Government do need to take on more responsibilities where they can. Start listening to the people again, not just say that you're going to listen to the people and then let them get voted and then they go back on everything they say. That's when you know you're dealing with a corrupt government. Nature's medicines is the way forward. Natural medicines, less pharmaceuticals, like I said. Definitely the way forward. Okay? At this time. Family tree healing. Now, obviously I've got a way of doing family tree healing, and you take your family tree, you know, and other people's family trees, and you draw it out. You heal it from the root upwards. It's the point. You heal everything from the ground up. The corruption came from top to bottom, you heal it ground up. Yeah, creates balance, and somewhere in the middle you'll find balance. So family tree healing is important for some out there at this moment in time. Take on board what I'm saying. If it doesn't resonate with you right now, it will resonate with you at a later point in time. Family tree healing is important. But we are on an earth school. Everyone grows and learns at different rates, different healing journeys, different life lessons. And just because somebody's not as high a vibration as you, no need to mock them. Help them elevate with source guidance. Okay? Super important. Okay, 2 more cards on this, please, Spirit. Shield your energy. So it's all about protecting your energy at this time. Because these full moon dark magic casters aren't giving up. Believe me. Middle East connected. Okay? Oh. Okay. Middle East definitely connected to the dark magic as well. Wounded healers, don't forget, take time for your healing too. That one was going to flip. For you're on a sacred mission just as much as everybody else, alright? Twin Flames in particular, you know what your missions are for healing and elevating planet and humanity at this time. Right, I'm going to bring these cards in. I haven't used some, I do a swap over and change my cards for what the energy feels like at the time. But like I said, the right use of power can create massive amounts of difference for people and planet. Remember not to misuse your power. Sacred mission for people and planet. And you know you're in alignment when the 1111 appears. Or 1122 or 2222. That one was going to flip. Power of community, gathering around. So, soul family. We work together as a community. No one gets left out. Yanks, I know what it's like to be left out. Not that kind of person. What else do I need for this moment? Spirit guides, angels to pass on to people about humanity and planet. Don't think we can get much more. Opportunities. You've got opportunities coming your way too at this time. So look out for them. One spark of genius is all it takes. Look out for some great opportunities coming up for yourselves at this time. Moving out of stagnation now with the solar storms and all the winds, the dust devil this one is. Wind power removes stagnation. If you think about it, it's one of the Earth's natural ways of its cleansing itself down. So the planet is moving out of stagnation, as is humanity at this time. And with the solar storms and the solar winds, it's just shifting any negative energy out into something better. So moving out of stagnation. A sacred contract. Twin flames do hold sacred contracts to help elevate each other, and twin flames help other twin flames too. We all help each other elevate and heal in best ways we can, which then brings in elevation for people and planet. Eye of the needle. Be intentional with aiding others at this time. Be adaptable, for we are the heralds of change. Adaptability keeps people going. People wondered how I survived through my bowel cancer with no chemo. Well, it's because I knew I was adaptable and I could change to how my body was feeling at the time. Many people, even my bestie Jim, did not believe I'd make it. How wrong he was. So being adaptable, willing to bend with the changes and shifts of the planet, creating balance where you can. The heralds of change, that's all of us in the collective, okay? We're all here to make a difference for many. Change in a good way. Some changes for the dark, such as the dark magic practitioners that caused harm, or they're in for change of life lessons, not to attack us healers. That was going to flip. I didn't let that one flip. We have the ancestral wisdom. Okay, our ancestors went through a lot. So do we. But we're the generational curse breakers that adapts and goes, okay, our past generations did it that way, we're going to adapt and do it another way, but keeping the ancestral wisdom going, passing it on to future generations. What works, what doesn't work, for instance. Diving deep into a task. The deeper you go, the more you heal the wounds of not just yourselves, but people and planet. The deeper you go, you dive deeper into your soul journey. One more. Don't feel overwhelmed. There is plenty to go around. Okay. I think because of my tiredness, I'm going to leave it there for now. 44:22. There you go. Okay, I will finish the reading after I've had some rest, but I hope this helps. I'll bring part 3 out as soon as I've had some rest. So take care. Speak soon.